Good evening, YouTube. This is your man, All the Ray George Page, coming to you live on YouTube. And as again, this is another night of my Must Talk Mondays. I try to come on here as often as I can to talk about the sport of female bodybuilding. What it means to me as um, a follower of the sport. I've been a fan of it since I've been ooh, since I've been about 13, 14. And a lot of people don't have their issues with it. You know, there's a lot of people who are not comfortable with the idea of women with muscles, and there's some aspects of it is that they don't think there's no sex appeal to it. But like any kind of fetish, and a lot of people don't have their issues with it. There is a sex appeal to it, and you have to understand that from where you're coming from. Um, Now, there's a long-standing history that some people think that female bodybuilders can't be sexy, but there are a few. There's quite a few who are considered some of the sexiest women in the sport. You know, maybe not sexy to the regular everyday Joe, but sexy to the everyday regular schmo. That's what we call us guys who love female bodybuilders who are a fetish for what we call schmoes. And we find the women with muscles, very attractive. And if you come across a woman who has both what I call flex appeal and sex appeal, meaning that she has the muscles and she has the looks, those really, some ladies do pretty good, but sometimes they don't do as good as others. You know, you know, you know. Even with the judges who want more women with less muscle, more femininity, and the ones who do have the looks and not as muscular, they should be doing well. These don't. There's a number of women who competed in bodybuilding for a good while, who had the looks, who had the body, but didn't go as far as they should have. For whatever reason, even though they fit the criteria of what the judges and what promoters want, they just some reason or another, it's just but quite a few that came and gone. And I talked about that. I had a video called um, "Promise and Potential." Like I said, this is about who are considered in the sport some of the sexiest female bodybuilders. Now, there's different lists. Some will show women who are not really bodybuilders, more like physique or no, really. Well, I won't say about bodybuilders like fitness chicks, women who work out, kind of like athletes, but not bodybuilders. You know, and this is just my some from I collected from who I feel is sexy, and also from some of the lists that are around. Now, if whatever your opinion may vary, if you feel like you like somebody, put it in the comment section. All right. So, okay. So let us get started, please. All right. Here we go. And right here, the first thing we'll start with is the one Miss Rachel McLeish. Now, Rachel McLeish been in the bodybuilding since the late 70s. And I did a video about her. It was happy birthday. She's been around for a long time. She's the first Miss Olympia. She's a two-time Miss Olympia. She won in 80 and 82. Now, she got defeated for 81 by another bodybuilder from I think she was Danish. She's from I forgot her name. I never get her name right, but I might talk about it eventually. But anyway, she started out in what we call was more like close to what it was bikini competitions. You know, and her physique evolved over the time. You know, and this she had one of the considered one of the more feminine, more pleasing physiques for a female bodybuilder at the time. This is the physique a lot of the promoters and judges want to go back to, but like I said, you can't always go back to the past, but she was very photogenic and very attractive. And about Rachel was that she was Hispanic. I think she was half Mexican, half Indian, I believe. And somehow those features came out very strongly, you know. So she competed, you know, in bodybuilding from the good part of '70s to about the mid '80s. And she did a lot of stuff. You know, she did magazine covers. She did TV shows. You know, even after she retired, she started acting. You know, and she was very photogenic. Like I said, her features. You know, being that she was half Spanish and part Native American. And then the thing that was one of the big successes was the movie Pumping Iron 2, what got her attention. That was a show. That was the movie that got attention for female bodybuilding because of the debate, and then also came a debate about which put up against some like Beth Francis was very muscular to compared to you know Rachel was very fit and lean. Yeah, like I said, after she retired from bodybuilding, she just started. She did modeling for a good while, and even there's a story. Years ago, there was a movie. You remember the movie Aliens 2, you know, with Sigourney Weaver. She was offered the role of the as one of the Marines who was I forgot the name of the woman, Sanchez something. She was a Spanish Marine, and she was offered that role originally, but she turned it down for some reason or another. I forget if she turned it down or they just went with another actress. But she was offered that role in Aliens, and well, she did some other movies like you remember she did the movie with Luke Gossett Jr. I forgot the name of that movie. There was the third one. I forgot. Iron Eagle, I think it was. But even by by this standard, she was still considered one of the sexiest women in bodybuilding. And even today, you know, she's still a very attractive woman in her own right. I mean, she's wasn't that long ago. Like I said, I did a video about her birthday. She's like Rachel is in her 60s now, and the sport of bodybuilding has done well for her. She still it looks kind of if you look at her at this angle, she might be in her 50s, but she's in her 60s. And the lifestyle of bodybuilding, there's a bad side to it, and there's a good side to it because you keep up in health, you keep yourself together, you follow certain diets. You don't go as hard like you do when you're competing, but you still try to keep yourself healthy. Now, next up is a lady who was just impressive. She was very attractive, and she was considered the second coming of Richard McLeish, and this is Gladys Portuguese. Now, Gladys got into bodybuilding in the early '80s, and she competed in quite a few shows. She even competed, I think, in a couple of Miss Olympias. And more often, she would be, modeling. She had those very striking looks, very, feminine, very, awe-striking looks. I mean, you look at her, you say, wow, you want to know what she was. I think she was also, I mean, Spanish, um, I'm gonna guess mixed Native American bloodline. That's one of the possibilities. But she had grace awe-striking looks, very attractive woman. And a good part of the time after her she stayed in Bobby for such a short time. I think she was only in for maybe 3 or 4 years. She went on to model, she even acted in a couple of movies. She just had those looks. I mean, back then, the more mm, yeah, women who had more that still is popular that women who have more you know exotic looks were very popular. She's just had a great body. Part of me wish she stayed in the sport a little longer, but like so many others, it's just you know it is what it is. And she also did quite a few covers of magazines and some videos here and there. This is one notable. She's brought hello John Claude, and why she was married to the muscles and bustles Jean Claude Van Damme. Now they're married back in the they made back in the you know till in the 80s, got married and had a couple of kids. And then they got divorced in the 90s. And then they got remarried in I think tail in the 90s. And even today, this day, she still looks great. She still looks attractive. You know, it's just believable. Van Damme, he's up there now, but there was heard that they got divorced and now she's single. And today she's still, a very attractive woman. You know, she has those exotic looks, just like Rachel. Now, I have a double header for you. I think I could one. These are ladies from overseas, and these are ladies from the land of Germany. This is Angela Schreiner and Angela Langer. Now, I'm gonna put Angela. The ones gonna start off is Angela Langer. She was really the first Angela, and these were, both of these were from Germany, and they just were very attractive. Just great muscle. They often were getting. They were supposed to get the big push, maybe become maybe the next Miss Olympia, but both of them competed well with Angela Langer. She competed during the Corey Everson era, and Angela Schreiner competed during Linda Murray's era. Yeah, but Angela, I did a video about Angela Langer. Great body, very youthful, blonde, beautiful. You know, she's just amazing shape. You know, it's just she was just what some people thought she would have been eventually Miss Olympia, but Corey was just a strong Miss Olympia. But she won quite a few shows here and there. Just a superior body, blonde, great muscle. Look at the shoulders, the development. I mean, you know, she was very what you call photogenic. She did a lot of photo sessions back then. I think she did a few videos. You know, she was very popular. By you know, by by his stance, of coming from Germany. The what they Aryan, they might consider the Aryan beauty. You know, um, she did quite a few during her time. Her career was good. I think career was kind of short. It lasted about to the good part of the 80s, but she did a lot of photos. She was on quite a few magazine covers, Muscle and Mag, Muscle Fitness. Back then, I think good part of the early 80s, late 90s, quite a few female bodybuilders on magazine covers. Sometimes they were either by themselves or they were usually with a male bodybuilder. I, you know, and after that, when she wanted to come back, she got pregnant, and then she decided to retire from bodybuilding and focus on doing modeling. I mean, she just has this great looks. Even you know, today she still this is one of the few more recent pictures I could find of her. I mean, she looks great for a woman in probably around her 50s now. I know she's in her 50s because I did that video about her. You would think, you would think that you look at her now, you wouldn't think she's a female bodybuilder. You think somebody's mom, but still for her age, for a woman in her 50s, she still look attractive. Now, now Angela Schreiner, who covered it next, she was getting a big push. She came to sport about the tail in the 90s, tail in the 80s actually, about the end of the Corey Everson era and the start of Linda Murray's era. And she had a great body, very, lean, very fit. She's the ideal what bodybuilding want now. They want to go back to how female bodies looked. Wasn't too muscular, but women evolved. Now, about I would say 92, she won one of the biggest show was the Miss International. And there was a big push her maybe becoming the next Miss Olympia. But that never happened. And after 92, she pretty much retired from bodybuilding, but she still stayed around. She just did a lot of photo shoots and stuff. She she still do she's did a few magazine covers here and there. I mean, she had a impressive physique. You know, if she was competing, you would see. I think she'd probably be closer to a figure today if she was competing than to physique or bodybuilding. She wasn't as large, but she had the looks, the beauty. You know what the judges were like. She was feminine. She was blonde. Great body, very fit, broad shoulders, just amazing. Now she, like I said, she like just like Angela, she's in her 50s. And being both they're German, they're good friends. They often hang out together, you know, unbelievably still attractive women, but they're both mothers, they have children, and they're raising their families, taking care of them. You know, I say the next up on the list, who's coming up, this is former 6-time Miss Olympia, Kui Everson, or actually Corina Everson. I forget her full real name, but she was married to a male bodybuilder by the name of Jefferson. And even though they have been divorced, when she was still competing, her and Jefferson are married. But they got divorced years ago after she retired from bodybuilding, and she kept it in Everson because that's the way she was gone by. People know her by that. Her husband now, her husband now is a doctor, and they have two kids and they adopted. But Corey was just, she changed the aspect of female bodybuilding. She both Carla Dunlap and Rachel McLeish back in '84 when she came into the Miss Olympia. That was the first Miss Olympia in '84. And then she kept rolling. I mean, there was some other than I think with Angelengo was probably the closest call she had to losing Miss Olympia. But Corey was very popular, very photogenic. She was blonde, beautiful, tall. Mm, remind me having a little drink. It's pomegranate juice and trying to help it helps oxidize. She did quite a few covers. You know, edited during her time on magazines. Some of the big magazines like Muscle Fitness, Flex. You know, she even put when after she retired, she even have a video training series, and she even did some workout shows. Remember back in the day, like networks like ESPN used to have workout shows in the morning, like a lot or something like that. Or it used to be like some networks would have shows like workout shows early in the morning before you go to work. You don't really see many exercise shows anymore. They stopped showing them after a while. You know, but Corey was very photogenic, very beautiful, attractive. She fit the narrative for what bodybuilding want, blonde, sexy, you know. No XA, say no Marcus. Mhm. No hype job, no hype job Harris. Mm. I did a VR about her, but mm, but like I said Corey did quite a few, layouts and covers and videos. Just she had that, perfect look, very blonde, very fit, you know, Like many other female bodybuilders, she eventually got breast implants later in her career because she also was acting, doing this is one. I remember I used to have this poster on my wall. That's when she was doing Marilyn Monroe. Quite a few bodybuilders love to do channel Marilyn Monroe. She had a series where she did like Marilyn Monroe, Betty Page. I think she did Jane Mansfield. Some of the pinup girls from the 50s and 60s. You know, and then she acted a while. She did quite a not a lot of movies. The biggest movie she did was the movie Double Impact with Jean Claude Van Damme. Here he goes again. Jean Claude Van Damme's been in the fitness world forever. And like I said, she's after a while after she divorced her first husband, she eventually got married. She settled down. She adopted two children with her second husband, and in is touches. So she's one of those miserable bodybuilder, and and she's still on her age. Like I said, the sport of bodybuilding, these women kind of hold up pretty good, because the lifestyle, the healthy fitness lifestyle. You're not always going to be like who you were when you were competing. You just, you know, but like I said, you're older she is. Like I remember, she's in her 60s. She looks like she's in her 50s now, but you got to remember she's in her 60s. Corey Everson, you know, and sometimes it just happens. Sometimes nobody ages, but she's aging a lot better than some other women that I know I've seen. Now, the lady makes this list from the country of Canada. I I think this is the reason why I fell in love with Canadian bodybuilders. It's just Sharon Bruneau from Ontario, Canada, and Sharon was just she had a great, amazing look. She was also she was full blooded Native American, or Native. She was Aboriginal because she's not American. Well, technically she's American, but yeah, she's Aboriginal, or you might say Indian from Canada. And she had just great body, just a great look, and the more exotic female bodybuilders do pretty good. I mean, if you had more exotic look to you, you know, yeah, you do pretty good in the sport. You know, she came in about the good part of the '90s. You know, up to like about you know, she just had a great body, great look, very photogenic. She did a lot of if you ever like do a search of Sharon Bruneau, you see she had a catalog of photos and, and stage performance. She did at least before she got out of bodybuilding a few shows. She did at least two Miss Olympias, I think, from '93 to '94, and she eventually like I said, a good part of those '90s, a lot of female bodybuilders left the sport and went to doing more the soft look of physique or fitness. But she had just a great exotic look, amazing muscles, a great body. I mean, whew, I hate to say your boy back in the day. The muscle mags used to look like they were like for me kind of like when you're a teenager, your first experimentation with your sexuality was with your mother's Shears catalog in the bra panty section. Or if your dad had some Playboys, with me, it was more with some of these ladies. I mean, like I said, she just had a great look, and she played off with her Native American heritage. And like I said, we did quite a few covers. And this is around the time when she kind of got out of bodybuilding and was going towards fitness. You know, she is. I mean, if I can post all the covers she did a lot of covers for some magazines. and still just look. She kind of, went away from bodybuilding towards the fitness. She still look amazing. Even that stage, I know she's in her, I would say, mid 50s now. I mean, you wouldn't think it, sure, you die here a little bit, whatever, but she still looks decent for woman her age. You know, she even one point during her career after bodybuilding, and she did a couple of acting. She did some stuff in Canada. She did some couple of movies here, and straight to home video stuff. Like back in the '90s, that straight home video stuff. People like to watch. You know, yeah, true, actually, yeah. Because I said it's the lifestyle, actually. I mean, Marcus. It's the lifestyle of being part of you know, bodybuilding, fitness lifestyle. You know, keep some of these women in probably good condition. You know. So next up is one more lady on my list. I follow her quite on. She's been around for a long time. This is, I did a video about her. This is Denise Sanchez Marcino. She's originally from New York, Brooklyn, and you know what? She has a twin sister, but twin sister doesn't. She got into bodybuilding, but she came in about the mid '90s, and she brought really just being that she was Puerto Rican. She brought what good minds women on the list are either broken down like this: either have strong ethnic backgrounds, such as Spanish, Native American, and or generally white and blonde. But she had just this great body, and she was one thing about her was she, to me, changed the face of the sport, especially when breast implants. She came in. I think she was a. I remember I was like I follow her quite often. She pops on YouTube. She does videos, and I might talk to her back and forth because like when we do a coach, and she sees the comments, and I tell her she is the reason why bodybuilding changed. You know, she did quite a few shows. One story was one show she did where she got disqualified because she got caught taking diuretic. And we talk about how in MMA they use diuretics to try to push out extra water. And same thing with bodybuilders. They want to push out extra water so they show more pop of the muscles. And one of what it was one of her controversy was that during the show, her boobs popped out of the top of her posing suit. And if I could, I wish I could post it on here, but I can't because it was just, I think it happened to her twice. And sometimes because she has such a short torso and her boobs were so large, what she would do was like when she was doing the abdominal thigh, because the different type of poses. Abdominal thigh is like the last pose where you flex your abdominals and you flex your thigh, one of your thighs. And she used to have to sometimes push up her breast up. But she had to never do that because the judge was sitting below you. They could see your breast, but I think she was playing more towards the crowd. But she was very photogenic, very beautiful woman. Just she came in the game, she brought a new look that you know no one else like that. She really, brought the boob job thing in, you know, and she did quite a few videos, quite a few magazine covers. You know, she even has her own. She even created her own magazine, which is called Muscle. Was called back in the day. Was then it's showed right here. She did quite a few covers. But she had created her own magazine, Muscle Elegance, And Muscle Elkins was really, truly, like it was like the playboy, or maybe some might say hustler, or maybe you might say penthouse of female bodybuilding muscles. You saw there were women when they're naked. This is the first time I really ever saw. I mean, I got a few of those magazines in my collection, and she was in it, and she did a lot of other videos and stuff. There's a video with her and my friend Alicia Flario they did years ago. You know, but even today she's very into this hero thing. Has did a video called Adventures of Miss Fitness, where she portrays herself as a hero. She even go to some of the expos where she's part of a group of female bodybuilders where they do like cosplay training. She even do some cosplay. She goes to the Comic Cons, and it's quite a few bodybuilders are doing it now, going to the Comic Cons and becoming superheroes and stuff like that. Even today, just from a few months ago. She just had a 50. She turned 52, and it looks great. Now she had some issues a while back. She had to have surgery on one of her feet, and she also had some issues with her back. She had scoliosis when she was younger. And that's why she's got into bodybuilding. Her looks, her body. I mean, it's just she's now I get to know her and I follow her. We like her. I'm a big fan of Denise Messino. She's living happily. She's on her second marriage because her first son Robin and her got divorced years ago. But I think they still work together because she still uses the name Messino because your married name usually gets you more open doors than your your maiden name. Yeah. So yay. So let's move on, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, and so next up is this is one of the few this was a young up and comer. This is one I call Promise and Potential. This is Shannon Courtney Crawford. Now she went by Shannon Courtney when she competed. She started out early, I think, in her career doing um figure, then went to physique, and then she jumped up to full-time bodybuilding. She was young, nice body, great physique. She she had so much potential, very attractive, very stunning. She really had, she physique. She turned pro, I think, about 2013, 2015, and she wasn't pro for long. She did, I think, one of the shows she did was the Town Bay, you know, and she just had a great body. I mean, just she did quite a few, a lot of uh video modeling. She did a lot of photo shoots. There's a video with her and this skinny chick wrestling, and she comes out. The skinny chick looks scared, but she had a great build. I mean, look at the quads, just amazing. You know, just one of those that if she stayed in longer, what she could have done. But like so many others, eventually, she just decided she wanted to leave the sport, walk away, you know, and she decided to switch and go over to another sport, which is I don't talk about too much, but there's quite a few women who are like bodybuilding level that compete in the sport. That's CrossFit, and CrossFit is it's kind of the new sport now. You see a lot of women who like transition from other sports such as fitness and bodybuilding and track and field doing CrossFit, and and I just I I got a lot of pictures of Shannon Courtney. It'll take me time to get to where the picture I want to get to. I should go a little faster, but when you enjoy your work, you want to enjoy your work. You get me? But like I said, she just had an amazing body, so much potential she could have did if she stayed in bodybuilding just a little bit longer. But like I said, she switched sports and jet into CrossFit. And CrossFit is it's a new sport. It's been around for I think good of the 20 of the 2020s of the 20s, you know, and it's really emerged very popular. ESPN quite often has the competitions, you know. I think she's kind of a amateur level, you know, cross between sports like Iron Man, you know, remember Iron Man competition back in the day, and also there's like this a lot of you got to do some kind of obstacle stuff like lift weights, push-ups, sit-ups, all those stuff. You know, so much to do to it. You know, hey Marcus, thanks for staying, Marcus. I had at least one time I got 3 likes. You know, hey, yeah, hit the like button. Come on. Yeah, you come in. Yeah, yeah. Maybe Marcus, if you're still on Marcus, just give me a hell yeah if you're still on Marcus. If anybody else, that's cool. But anyway, she was very, photogenic, very attractive. Last I heard, she had a son from a previous, and last I heard, she did get remarried some time ago. She changed her look. She got breast implants because she's one of those that was naturally well endowed. She didn't have breast implants. She was like natural, just pure natural chest pecs, no breast implants. But she got breast implants and she got a few tattoos. She got pregnant with her. She's on with her second husband, who that's what his name. Her name's Crawford. She got pregnant, and they just had their. She just had a second child. Her first child with a. You know, his first child, her second. Yeah, she's a very pretty girl. Very attractive, and people talk about how so many women how do they get guys? They do get guys, and her husband, from what I've seen from him, he's not a male bodybuilder, but he keeps himself in good shape. Yeah. Now on this list, this is the only sister I can really find that people generally, a lot of the guys who follow female bodybuilding find was the sexiest woman in bodybuilding. And this is Kim Harris, and they call her baby doll. And would you believe that they call her baby doll, and she was a female bodybuilder. But there's quite a few ladies of, like I said, I love female black bodybuilders. She's not on my top 10 list, but she was very attractive in my opinion. Great body, major shape. She's one of those that was around for a good while. She competed because good part to the I think she competed up to around about the early 2000s. She scattered into like in the 90s and competed to about the early 2000s. Like so many others, you know she came with a great presentation of her body, great shape, great look. Hair was on point. They call her baby doll because she looked like a baby doll. I used to know a stripper named Baby Doll. you know, and just like I said, like I said, I love black women. And someone will make the list, but she's the one that really truly made the list. But she had her eyes. She had some. I don't know the contacts. They probably contacts. It might have been her. She had green eyes. Just great body, amazing green eyes. She competed as a lightweight and professional bodybuilder. Before we had weight classes, and and there's also she did a photo session for this German photographer years ago. It was her and a bunch of other bodybuilders, and this is just it was like it was like it was just very popular. Back in the day, I think it was like about they did it around about 96, 95, no, 2006 when the photo set. It was like mostly different female bodybuilders, Some more, many were pros, some were amateurs, but ones that have been around for a good while. But she's just stunning look. But even though after she retired from bodybuilding, she still stayed in the sport. She often worked booths at the shows. She was part of one company that'd be most of the, like, especially at the Olympia. She worked the booths there. She often still help and instruct other bodybuilders in the sport. And today, she still, even though she's no longer competitive as a bodybuilder, she still looks good for her age. I know she's touching in her 50s. And just like I said, the lifestyle is healthy. You still follow some aspect of lifestyle like eating and working out. You don't have to go to the streams like you're competing. As long as you keep up a good, healthy, you know, yeah. Thanks for hitting the like button. Yeah. As long as you keep up this good, healthy aspect of the sport, you do all right. You know. Let's see. And last but not least, this woman, I'm a big fan of hers. And this is Alicia Young. Now, Alicia came in the sport like in about, I think about the early 2000s. She was, she was decent, but then she kind of changed her look over time. She originally had darker hair. She was a brunette, and then over time she worked on her physique. She improved. She added more. You know, she has a certain look to her. I think I liked it when she was more of a brunette. I think personally, I like when you start off with one hair color, but then you switch to another. But sometimes, women, they have their looks or their styles, whatever. You know. Anyway, you know, she's originally from the state of Utah, and she lives there with her daughter. She was married, what I heard, but she got divorced. She really got really popular. Then I think around about mm, 2010, 2011, she went huge. And she was getting huge too. I mean, look. This is a crap actually um bodybuilding pose a female bodybuilder can do. It's like this. It's the most muscular pose for men, and they don't want women to do it, but it's the most sexual for if you're a schmo, because look at the traps, look at the shoulders, look at the biceps, look at the chest and the pecs. It's just putting all this like into one small package, and it's all strong. It's just awe striking, when you look at it. It's recommended that women don't do it. For a good while, some women weren't doing it, but after a while, things have changed. And but she was just, she came in the game. She was very young. She was very just, and she was like, and like I said, she's on my most buff bodybuilding list, and she's only 5'3", but she puts on muscle like unbelievable. When you're short like her, you can put on a good amount of muscle. If you got enough, body fat. Like I said, it takes body fat to build muscle, and she had enough of it. You know, she quite often she does video sessions. You know, she does a lot of photographer stuff. She does a lot of photo sessions. You know, I it's hard to find many covers with her on it because generally most unless it's like really ever put too many female bodybuilders on cover anymore now. You know, but she's huge. One time there was a show. One time she had a situation where she had to drop out of bodybuilding for a while because she had got Bell's palsy, and that's like a slight paralyzation of the side of your face. And she sat out for a good while. She came back around about these 2017 season. She did a show in Omaha where she placed seventh, and somehow she was able to get an invite to the world championship. You got to at least win or have enough points to get in the world's women to the World's Free Championship. But she got a special invite. But she has an amazing body, very muscular, very huge. Yeah, I think you know, she's very popular. She's an ambassador for Wings of Strength. You know, mm. You know what's attracting her? Her biceps or her boobs. You know, it's just you know, uh, there's possibilities. Miss Olympia, you know, she's already got an invite to the Rise of Phoenix show, and I found this. This is the closest I can find as a magazine cover. You know, because like I said, most of the muscle shows. Yeah, I thought I had it on here. No, I must have forgot it. Well, yeah, this said she's like I said, ambassador of Wing Strength. Yeah, I didn't. Ah, shit, I didn't put it on here. She's like on the cover. It's like a Vanity Fair cover. Looks like it. I forgot to put it on here. Ah, damn it. We try to do something right. You're always gonna mess some up. But like I said, she is. You know, she has great features. I don't know why it's not focusing. It should. What's wrong with this thing? Yeah, but like I said, you know, I wish. Well, from what I see, I know it didn't come out as good like it should. Yeah, thanks, Coach. I'm looking at it on the what thing. I don't know why it's not coming out as good. Must be something to do with the Yeah, I'm still looking at it. It must be something to do with the pictures. I don't know. I don't know. It should have came out real crystal clear. But anyway, mm, anyway, not everybody will think that women with muscles are sexy. This is about how you feel, how you are. Like this is the funny thing about how people say if you're into your muscles that you're gay. Mm, this is what I don't understand. If I'm gay, wouldn't I be attracted to men? Which I'm not. I'm attracted to a woman of different form, different look, you know? And this is something that never makes sense to me. Now, I understand people are not comfortable with certain things. If it's not your comfort, like well, right now, my man Coach is here. Coach is here. He, like you say, he's I'm learning, I'm learning, not into the muscle scene, but he understands why I'm into it. And I respect that. Like, like how much he likes Spock and how much like M&A. You can respect that. But there's some people who can't respect any people's likes or anything like that. They just want to say, that's not normal. That's not rah, rah, rah. But that's up to you as a person, how you feel. Like I said, I've said it before. When I was coming up, my brother played football. He got the muscle max. He used to follow because, the guys in it like Schwarzenegger, Lee Haney, Ufurino, a lot of those guys. And I was a kid because I looked at those guys like they were like He-Man. You remember He-Man back in the day? I've said it before. But the women was something different. Something about them was totally different from what I'm used to seeing. A woman taking her body and changing it from what would consider to be more soft and feminine to be more muscular and more masculine in a way. But it was just something different about it. But as long as you retain some of your female features such as around the softness of the face, breast tissue. I know there's quite a few female bodybuilders that even though when they work out, they still have their or nice round booty. Like one of the bodybuilders put on my list, Heather Foster. She has a nice round booty when she was competing as a bodybuilder. Some get that hard booty where get a little tight, no real softness to it. But others, because especially if you're ethnic, if you're Spanish, which means if you're Spanish or if you're black or anything where you have African in your bloodline, you can always maintain a good booty. Now, like I said, this is just my opinion of who are sexiest female bodybuilders. Some of this is a little bit from other sites and what they put together, and some is from what I feel should make the list. I got quite a few, but like I said, it's just so much information to put together. And I'm still working, and I'm still learning, and I really appreciate y'all coming in and listening and give me your thoughts and views of this. The sport has been on it's been like one of the sports has been like a fringe sport for a long time. It's a sport of more presentation than performance, but these are athletes. These women, they have to do what they got to do. They go out there, they work hard, but also they still got to remember they're still women, and they like to be treated as women. Like I'll tell you guys right there, we see female bodybuilder. There's one thing somebody don't like. Don't grab the muscles unless you just be polite. Say, may I touch you? They don't want you to touch them. Don't touch them. And remember, they are still, just treat them like a female. Don't say like, you trying to be a man. No, she's not trying to be a man. She's an athlete, and she won't be treated as the same as her male counterpart. But the fact is, society will not ever treat a female better like a male counterpart. Because you see the guys as, even though sometimes they might even make jokes about the guys about them having small penises or something like that, or whatever else, still the men are a little bit more respect than the women. But like I said, there's some more stuff I want to work with. I am compiling some other stuff, information. I'm trying to educate you about the sport of bodybuilding, especially from the side of the women. The guys, there's like right now, there's like dozens of sites dedicated to most of the guys. There's one guy I follow, Muscle Max, and every now and then he do something about female bodybuilding, but generally most of the stuff's about the men. And then that's the thing is, people, you thinking the guys who says about the male bodybuilders, you thinking the ones that gay, but they're not gay. They just admire those guys' muscles. And yes, some guy be a little come say come sa for muscular men. But anyway, I want to thank you all for my little presentation. I appreciate that, my man, the coach, my man Marcus Bell, for coming by, and you know, and just give me your thoughts, your opinions, how you feel, and I really, like I said, I'm still getting a little bit, I'm still a little raw on this. Maybe I get to level coach in a couple of years, but I'm just still a newbie. So, to all you out there, this is it's your man, all the rage, George Page, aka the Perfect Sage. Like, don't like, subscribe, don't subscribe. I'm out.